A New York school food vendor is apologizing for serving fried chicken, waffles, and watermelon on the first day of Black History Month. I want to thank Noble Gold for sponsoring today's video. Most Americans don't own sound money. Sound money is defined by the Constitution as gold and silver. It's been accepted as sound money for over 5,000 years. And even though it's been artificially suppressed by the international banking cartel, it was the best performing investment class for 2022. In that year, the S&P was down 20%, the Dow was down 10%, and Bitcoin was down over 65%. Gold and silver outperformed them all. Open a gold or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments this month and get this quarter-ounce American Gold Eagle for free with every qualified IRA of $50K or more. With thousands of five-star reviews, there's a lot of happy people who are glad they went with Noble Gold. Check them out with my link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, back to today's video. All right, we all know that freedom of speech gives us the right to offend others, but doesn't freedom of thought give people the power and choice of whether or not to be offended? And what does it say about people who are easily offended? I'm just asking that question. I'm not saying people should or shouldn't be offended. I'm just saying, what does it generally say about somebody who does get offended? New York school food vendor apologizes for serving chicken and waffles on the first day of Black History Month. There's a video that goes along with this, but I wanted to, and I don't want to be insensitive, guys. A New York middle school is apologizing after serving students with a meal on the first day of Black History Month that was deemed to be culturally insensitive. Maybe, and this is just a thought here, maybe people should train themselves to be less sensitive and not as apt to choose offense, because it seems like that ruined your life. If you choose to let somebody's words hurt you deeply to the point where you need other people to arrange their actions, to arrange their thoughts to suit you and make you less likely to be offended or choose offense, maybe you should question the trajectory of your life. Administrators at Nyack Middle School say that the hot lunch menu was changed by the vendor without their knowledge on February 1st, the first day of Black History Month, to include chicken and waffles with a watermelon dessert, which the school's principal called, quote, an unfortunate situation. We are extremely disappointed by this regrettable situation and apologize to the entire Nyack community for the cultural insensitivity displayed by our food service provider. So they say, we apologize to the entire Nyack community. Is it a possibility that there were some members of the Nyack community who weren't offended? I would say so. Could they be members of the Black community, the white community, the Hispanic community, the Asian community? Probably. I'm disappointed that Aramark would serve items that differed from the published monthly menu. Now, could this have been an unintentional mistake? Yes, it could have. Could it have been intentional? Yes, it could have. But what's the fallout? Well, you choose the fallout. Your mind chooses the fallout. Let's see. Should I be offended about this, or should I just let it go? Is this intentional or is it unintentional? Should I question somebody's motive or should I not question somebody's motive? Especially items that reinforce negative stereotypes concerning the African American community. Negative stereotypes. Let me just ask you, if you like chicken, if you like waffles, if you like watermelon, whatever you like, how can it be a negative stereotype if you like those things? What am I missing here? It's just food. Why should people be offended at this? Multiple families expressed outrage over the menu selection, including parent Lindsay Siegel, who told the outlet that it was, quote, really disappointing the change wasn't caught. Aramark, the school district's food vendor, issued a statement on the matter on Thursday. Here's what Aramark says. While our menu was not intended as a cultural meal, we acknowledge that the timing was inappropriate and our team should have been more thoughtful in its service. This was a mistake and does not represent the values of our company, and we are committed to doing better in the future. Aramark also said it will be partnering with the school to provide sensitivity training for employees who work at the school to make sure their actions align with the district's, quote, vision and commitment to equality-driven work. They finish it off by saying, we believe this will provide a good learning opportunity to deepen understanding on the impact of systemic biases and negative stereotypes concerning the African American community, according to the statement. Let me play this video right here.
A food vendor in Rockland County now apologizing for what it calls an unintentionally insensitive decision on the first day of Black History Month. It offered students at Nyack Middle School a hot lunch comprising of chicken and waffles with watermelon for dessert. The dish playing into cultural stereotype. The school principal says the menu was changed without the school's knowledge. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore with more from Nyack.
Community members are fired up after students at Nyack Middle School in Rockland County were served chicken, waffles, and watermelon for lunch on February 1st, the start of Black History Month.
I was very confused because watermelon isn't really in the season.
Honor Santiago immediately told her mom when she got home, both outraged by the message they say it sends to its African American students.
Just making the kids feel bad, especially the kids that are my color.
The local NAA.
Now, as a parent, isn't it your job to tell your kids, hey, you need to toughen up. You need to make sure that you're not sensitive. You need to make sure, offense is a choice. You can choose to be offended. You can choose to have somebody hurt your feelings. But, isn't it still in play? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me unless you allow them to hurt you. If you allow them to hurt you, then you allow words, vehicles of thought, to travel through the air, enter your ear, enter your mind, and ruin your day, and possibly ruin your life, to the point where you're asking other people to arrange their actions to suit you for the rest of your life. How is that a productive, positive way to live?
ACP also speaking out.
The chicken and waffles and watermelon is a stereotype to Black folks, African Americans, because that's what they think that we like or what we eat all the time.
Who doesn't like that? Who doesn't like that? Let me show you this right here. Apparently, a lot of people are saying, or some sources on the internet are saying, where this stereotype came from was from this 1915 film, A Birth of a Nation, which incidentally was played in the White House for Woodrow Wilson, where it depicted Black people in, these houses, these congressional halls, taking off their boots, putting their feet on the desk, drinking, alcoholic beverages. And this guy right here supposedly eating fried chicken. And that's where the stereotype started. Who doesn't like? Now listen, I could be blind to some of this stuff. Maybe I'm being insensitive. Maybe I'm not taking it far enough. Maybe I should be offended on behalf of other people. But we see that people use offense as a way to empower themselves, to create a victim mentality. Do you really want your kids to have a victim mentality where their feelings are being hurt and they're so sensitive about what's going on around them that it basically paralyzes them for the rest of their lives? Do you want your kid to have that victim mentality? Is it a positive character trait to have a victim mentality and constantly be sensitive and constantly be, hyper offended? I like what Christopher Hitchens said. He said, those who are determined to be offended will discover a provocation somewhere. We cannot possibly adjust enough to please these fanatics, and it's degrading to make the attempt. Do you agree with that?
According to the school district, an outside vendor, Aramark, planned to serve Philly cheesesteaks as seen on this February menu posted on the school's website. An earlier version of the menu posted in January did have chicken and waffles, but banana as a dessert.
Article after article, I saw the New York Post, Fox News, and this Daily Mail said that they served watermelon. And then a couple people said that they did, but on the menu it says banana. It doesn't even say anything about watermelon. So it makes you wonder what's going on with that.
February 1st. District officials blame a change in Aramark leadership for the mix-up. The middle school sent a letter to parents saying in part, we're extremely disappointed by this regrettable situation and apologize to the entire Nyack community for the cultural insensitivity displayed by our food service.
Again, I don't want to be culturally insensitive, and I don't want to offend just to offend, but I do want to ask the people who are being offended, because there's a lot of people who have weighed in on this that said that they actually weren't offended. Like, here's one example right here. I'm black and I love chicken, waffles, and watermelon, like most people in general. So, he's basically saying what I just said. Who doesn't like that stuff? And how is it considered to be a negative stereotype if you serve that during what they call Black History Month? And how offended would other people be if you had something called White History Month or Heterosexual History Month?
Service provider.
We have met with Aramark. One of the things that I'm personally encouraged about is that they have expressed an interest in working and participating in the equity training work that we do in the NIAC schools.
Aramark released a statement saying, in part, we apologize for the unintentional insensitivity shown on February 1st, the first day of Black History Month. While our menu was not intended as a cultural meal, we acknowledge that the timing was inappropriate and our team should have been more thoughtful in its service. We're told Aramark posts the menu.
It's like, we are sorry we offended you. We're sorry that we triggered something within you that created some kind of victim complex. We'll try to do better next time. I would feel if you were able to step back and take a look at yourself and how you acted toward things, outward stimulus, aren't there changes that you would make within yourself so that people didn't have to walk on eggshells around you? Is walking on eggshells around somebody a symptom of that person being empowered or that person being victimized?
Used directly on the district's website. District officials telling me they don't typically scrutinize the menus, but going forward, they will.
Oh, believe me, we're going to take a really good look at this menu and the menu options going forward, because we cannot afford to have one person be offended. Maybe we need to, gird up the loins of our mind or something. I don't know, because freedom of speech does give us the right to offend others. But again, freedom of thought gives us the power and the opportunity and the choice whether or not to be offended. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. It really helps me overcome the algorithm. And as you know, I'm demonetized and shadow banned, 100% viewer supported. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. I've got a couple more brand new designs in the shirt store you want to take a look at. We got Is Suspicious a felony or misdemeanor? Because one of the things a cop says to you right before they take away your rights and violate your rights is, you looked awfully suspicious to me, boy. Another thing is, since we're defining or redefining everything, this is a cordless hole puncher. I don't feel suspicious, and a free press matters. You can get those. The links are in the description and in the pinned comment. And there's free shipping for the next 4 days. Thank you guys for joining. I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. With all the crazy stated plans of the Great Reset, the currency reset, and even the food reset, it's not a matter of if the store shelves are going to clear and there's a lack of food. The question is when. You need to get long-term storable food. It doesn't matter if it's from me or you just go to the store and you buy food. Just grab dry, storable food while you can. If you want to get it from me, you're going to support the channel and you're going to help yourself out, because my link has a discount code embedded within it. You can check that out in the description below.